Wanna play? Come to our yard. New Thought Media Network spotlights you. Saturdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, Spirit Says Sing. Our stage is open for musicians, singers and speakers, visual artists. Shine with us live. It's easy, just click the link in the comments and be ready to soar. Spirit Says Sing. Saturdays at 6, right here on New Thought Media Network.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Good morning, Godling. It's time. Spirit Says Sing. It's your host, Diego Reyes, live with New Thought Media Network. Welcoming you to the now. Thank you for your precious attention. It is valued. Artists and creators around the globe, visual and audible, let us share your gifts. You'll find the studio link in this post's description and comments. Be ready to transmit. We're live on Spirit Says Sing. For everyone's enjoyment, we ask, please wear headphones. Turn that camera on so we can see you. If you're performing to a background track, have it loaded in a separate Chrome tab. And be ready to take the stage. The spotlight is yours on Spirit Says Sing. Before we broadcast, let us connect our intentions and center down.
Well, welcome to Spirit Says Sing. I'm Pastor Michael Mangus, and our host will be along in a minute, Diego Reyes, with our special guest. But first, let's just start off our time together in prayer. So just take a deep breath in with me. Inhale, exhale. Just go deep within you to that place where you feel peace and calm and serenity. That place within you that never goes away. It's always there. That is the life of God in us, as us, and through us. And we allow ourselves just to feel our oneness with the one. Thou art which I am which thou art. And because of that, we had set our intention for this evening, for our program, that it is good and very good. We just now know that every note that is sung, every word that is said, again, helps with the unfoldment of consciousness of a higher consciousness within each and every person. So we give great thanks for everyone watching this evening, because we know, either live or on the replay, that they are doing this on time, on purpose. So we just give great thanks for this evening, because we know that it is good and very good. And everyone says, and so it is.
Well, greetings and welcome back to another episode of Spirit Says Sing. I woke up this morning singing. I didn't even know the tune. The sweet dreams I'd been dreaming were still smiling around the room. Yesterday's ugly problems got a facelift in the night, and a couple of bright solutions showed up in the morning light. And I can sing my way through, sing my way through. Goodness gracious, hallelujah, I can sing my way through. And yes, you too can sing your way through. Join us here in the studio. Some days are diamonds, some days are dirt, but I can plant my seed in that fertile soil. The magic just might work. So I loosen up the boundaries and I lighten up my load. I expect the best and I bless the rest, and I get on down the road, and I can sing my way through. Sing my way through. Goodness gracious, hallelujah, I can sing my way through. Come on, join me. Sing my way through. Sing my way through. Goodness gracious, hallelujah, I can sing my way through. Oh yes, we're gonna have a great time this evening. Join us back here in the studio. We'll put you up on the screen. Share your gift with everyone. If I should get downhearted, can't find my way home, I'll just throw my dreams out in front of me, because they know where they're going. I could see them shining, they cheer me all the way. They put me into my future just as easy as a summer's day, and I can sing my way through. Sing my way through. Goodness gracious, hallelujah, I can sing my way through. Sing with me, come on, here we go. Sing my way through. Sing my way through. Goodness gracious, hallelujah, I can sing my way through. Oh, I'm so excited to have you here this evening. Thanks for joining us on Spirit Says Sing, and we sing my way through. Yes. Hey, if you'd like to join us and sing a song, tell a joke, maybe show us a short clip, click the link you see down there in the description or in the comments, and you'll be right here backstage. New Thought Media Network is on the rise. We're looking to grow with you. Do you have technical media experience, or perhaps a desire to learn? Are you willing to volunteer your precious time and attention? We share this message to benefit all. If you possess a computer with a camera and a microphone, we will share our knowledge with you. Do behind the scenes, or being the star, let us bless our one. Contact us at info@ntmedia.org. And well, good morning. It's time to get ready for another show. Oh, are you excited? I say good morning because as we awaken as one, it's always a good morning. No matter what the clock says, it's precisely now. Hey, how you doing, guys? It's Diego Reyes, the New Earth Monk here, welcoming you for another week of fun and frivolity here with New Thought Media Network on Spirit Says Sing. I once again am joined here in the background. My co-producer, Pastor Michael Mangus from the Friday Fireside Chats, is joining us. How are you doing this evening, Pastor?
I'm doing well. Boy, do we have a great show for you tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun, as every weekend. Guys, if you want to join us, you will find now a link in the comments in the show description. It's right there at the top. Or there should be actually, I think I put a link in the comments, didn't I there, Pastor Michael? Click that link. It's going to bring you right back here into the studio to join us. We've got a great guest this evening that we're going to be focusing on. Our special guest tonight goes by the name of, he calls himself D.Mike, the Young Mystic. He's had a long, full array of experiences, and he's going to share a little bit with us this evening. I'll give you a little introduction. Let's show you one of his early videos from like 4 or 5 years ago. Let's meet this guy.
What's up, future sages? Coming straight out of Conscious Compton, California. I'm D.Mike, the Young Mystic. As a mystic as such, I study and align with the natural and universal laws that govern your reality. Right now, I'm right outside of Centennial High School. It's been a little bit since I hollered at you. Man, I just got out of a real bad car wreck. Doctor said I was gonna be out about 6 weeks, but they don't know about the mystic law, you understand me? So I told them, hey, I appreciate you about your professional opinion, but I'm gonna be out of here in about 2. So here I am about 2 weeks later, outside of Centennial High School, Apache Pride. What I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, I decided this is a little area that I kind of adopted right now. If you can see, there's kind of there's been a little bit of trash going on out here, you know. These little disrespectful high school kids, they kind of, you know, they kind of disrespect the area a little bit. But yeah, you know, I kind of adapted this area. This is kind of this is my little area I'm gonna start taking care of. So I got a little trash bag and you know, I got some little equipment, and I've been out here kind of cleaning up. I really felt the call to assist Gaia, Mother Earth. You know, she nourishes and protects us. So, you know, it's our job as a mystic. You know, service is part of it. In order to manifest, that's one of the main tenets of manifestation is service. So, you know.
I'm loving that. I saw that video, and I thought, oh, now that's a message we got to get out there and let people know that we got generations of people. We're world changers everywhere. D.Mike, welcome to Spirit Says Sing. I'm so happy to have you join us here today.
Thank you so much, Diego. I appreciate you having me on. Hey, Pastor Mangus, appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, D.Mike, really good to have you on. So what was your upbringing here? How did you just come to this mystical experience? How did you come to this light years?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. I really appreciate you showing that clip. I think that it highlights a lot of the things that Game of Unity talks about and the things that I'm working with and that I'm going through and that I speak about right now. I mean, those were really in the beginning days, and that video is just a product of me just starting where I was and just getting out there. And I think that it just really highlights what I talk about, how spirituality, we think of it as being a certain things, but and a certain type of person and a certain demographic where spirituality or mindfulness takes place. But I think that it just really highlights that it's everywhere. And some of the experiences that I had in Compton and that I went through really show this and this diversity and the power. And that's what the Game of Unity is, which I'll get into. But that's what the power of Game of Unity is. People from vastly different backgrounds expressing their element of their flavor of spirituality. And whenever those things get together, you can create profound solutions, which I think the world is in much need of right now.
Amen to that. And since you're bringing it up, no better time than now to share with us, what is the game of Unity? Now, like I was telling you earlier, when I first heard of it, I was thinking of knowing from Kansas City, maybe it has something to do with Unity Church, and it's a game with that spiritual mindset, but it's not really a game or anything that we're trying to compete against. It's a description of life.
Sure, absolutely, and I'm glad that you said it that way. Thank you for that. Yeah, a game of Unity. I mean, those are the two parts. So, I mean, it's about unity because, as I was saying before, I believe that's where the solutions lie. It's whenever we come together. I mean, we look out into the world right now and we see a lot of strife. We see a lot of duality. We see people fighting, and people with different ideas think that they need to hurt the other person, and they need to, silence the other person. And I just feel like based on my experiences and things that I've tested out, the exact opposite is true. It's whenever you get those people from different mindsets and with different experiences and different belief systems that come together, then that's how we create the abundance and the unity and the joy and the prosperity that we all want to do and that we all want to create. So that's the unity part of it. And I was able to experience that moving from the streets of Compton to the suburbs and mansions of Kansas in a very short time frame. So I was still be able to work with people that came from these different backgrounds. So I was able to see that, and I was able to visualize and see that how we can support one another, and with little tiny shifts, how we can understand that the other person that we think might be sketchy and that they're judging us, really, they just want to smile too and help us too. But we just have to give ourselves permission to give them permission. And then we can all, we're all prospering, and we're all aiding each other rather than fearing one another. And I think that that's a really important key. So that's the unity part of it. And then game, because I think that we think that to do this shadow work and to unite and to get over, all of the issues that are plaguing our society today, that it's, we a lot of our leaders are talking about it too, that it's this long haul, and then we got to do the work, and it's so difficult. But and if that's the way that we need to do it, then that's the way that we need to do it. But I just feel like it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that we're doing and like you doing for fun, and it's pleasure, meeting and understanding people that look differently from us. There's an ecstasy in that. And whenever we are able to line up with somebody that has a different understanding about life from us, and it enables us to see it through their lens. I mean, I think that that's our superpower. That's some of the stuff that humans can do better than any other species, and that's what elevates us to be able to have the kind of communication that we have and build the kinds of structures that we can.
Yes, the way to grow is to living into that oneness. I so agree with that. Absolutely. And it looks like you've already attracted one of your friends is here joining us in the backstage area. Maybe you can introduce us to Francesca.
Hey, yes. Francesca, she is someone who has a lot to do with my own personal growth. And I'm very great. It's a great privilege to know her, and I've been able to work with her over the last few months with some of the projects that I've been doing. I'll probably talk about them a little bit later on. But yes, Francesca is amazing and a great part of my life. And
you guys are both out of Kansas City?
No. Francesca is up in the Bay Area, right?
Oh, beautiful.
I'm born and raised in Wisconsin, so kind of understand the central parts of the country and the kind of grounding that's there. And I've been living out in the San Francisco Bay Area, and what it's like to be on the edges of our country and the kind of the trend-setting edges of the United States. Right. Too. Where are you all, Diego, Pastor Michael? Where are you all at?
Well, I'm here in Colorado. I'm about an hour north of Denver in a little small town called Greeley. Pastor Michael's all the way on the East Coast. He's out there not all the way on the East Coast.
I'm in Ohio.
Yeah. Kind of north. More Eastern than me. He's on the Eastern time zone. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Ohio's really interesting because it's this very crossover state between the East and the Midwest. So, absolutely. What part of Ohio?
I live in Akron.
Oh my God, that's where my family is from, the Akron, Cuyahoga Falls. So
There you go.
We're kind of crossing the country.
Yes.
Well, I think that people need to understand that there is, there is consciousness here in Ohio. We're not just a flyover state, but
Pastor Michael's holding the fort down for us over there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got. There's a lot of other. We have wonderful light here. This town is known for its light. It was the birthplace of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yep.
Where Dr. Bob and Bill W. came together here in Akron. So we have our own wonderful positive history here. So, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Pastor Michael. So back to our game of Unity. Tell us a little bit more about this. You've started a business, and this is your website, correct?
Yes. So a lot of really interesting things that are coming up with the game of Unity. I mean, things that have just been birthed, ideas that have just been birthed within the last day, within the last 24 hours.
Ooh, so we're just getting the cutting edge.
Cutting edge stuff, and it's just a really exciting way that me and a couple of people and other people that I think are now on the show right now that have had a lot to do with these current ideas too. But Game of Unity originally it's based on this idea about us learning to treat strangers or future friends, as I call them, with a different precedent. I feel like a lot of times, and especially based on my experiences in Compton, that whenever we approach somebody, we have this apprehension, this initial apprehension. And it's like we want to protect ourselves, and it's like, oh my gosh, like how can I, I've got to go across the street or get away from this person. And I believe that with very tiny shifts, we can change that narrative to where it's like, how can I benefit from this person, and how can I benefit this person that's in front of me? And I think that's really what the game of Unity is aimed at doing, is creating that mindset within our society. And so, yes, it is. This is my website here. I appreciate you showing that here. And so there you can join the game. So there's several of us, and what I do is I send out just different challenges, different ideas where you can go out into the world and you can practice these ideas and these techniques that are going to get you to just start seeing the world in a different way. Because it's like that saying that says you have to have to decide if the world is a hostile place or a beneficial place for you. And I think that the way that we see it has a great influence over how we experience the world. And so and as I was saying, so this it's also how we interact with one another. It all starts with what's happening on the inside. And so that's where my personal coaching, my group coaching is also attached to that on the website as well, because I think whenever we achieve that internal harmony,
yes,
then that's what's going to spill out into the world. And then that's going to be the thing that's going to create that, that expansion. Absolutely.
I love growth.
So, yes, absolutely.
Look who has joined us.
Oh, are we blessed by, look, it's a Ty Stevens sighting.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Well, welcome, Ty Stevens. Ty's a great musician who comes by and stops by with us every once in a while here, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Good to see you all. Nice to meet you all. Those I haven't met. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm sitting here with D.Mike, the young mystic, talking about Game of Unity.
I heard the tail end of the conversation. I came in a little late, but I'd love to hear more. You still talking about it?
Oh, yeah, we'll be talking about it. We'll be talking for a little while. I think I got his attention for a little bit here.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, that's great.
Ty, tell us what you had a gig this last weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a gig last night. First,
the
second. Let's roll it back a little bit. The fourth live gig I've had in a year. That's not good. That is not good. But it also is the fourth live gig I've had in a year, and that's good.
That is good.
So, depending on how you look at it. So we had a gig outdoors at a local jazz club here in the area called Shanghai Jazz. Wonderful spot, wonderful owner, a club owner, and a guy who's really dedicated to music and really good food, by the way.
And Ty, where are you?
I'm in New Jersey.
Now, we have covered the country. We have just covered the country.
Where's everyone else? Where's everyone else?
Next week, we'll work on the other side of the globe. We'll try to get some people from the other side of the globe.
It can be done. We know folks, don't we?
Oh yeah, I'm talking.
Yes,
I have, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine, an intentional community builder and eco design architecture, Alosha Linov out of Russia, is going to be joining us next Saturday. So yeah, it's a lot. It's all around the world, and actually that actually reminds me of something that I was going to mention of how I actually even came across Mike D.Mike Young there, the young mystic. Was from if you've watched You Know Me, or you're a friend of mine, or you've watched any of my shows around here. Let me try to remove this here. You know that I'm big on intentional communities, and I was living in an intentional community not too long ago. After last year, I got out of an intentional community that I was living in, and I was wanting to move to another intentional community. I got to thinking, well, where do I look to find another intentional community? I found a great resource called intentionalcommunities.org. It's actually ic.org. Pastor Michael, if you could make me a banner, it just says ic.org. This is a wealth of information for anybody that's looking to do some research in what intentional communities might be in your area. But this is originally how I connected with David. I saw you had a post, or you had some kind of intentional community blog, some kind of connection with IC, intentional communities, correct, David?
Yes. One of the early projects that I did as soon as I moved from Compton to Kansas originally, I was highly involved as a Kansas regional coordinator with the Ubuntu project, founded by Michael Tellinger, out in South Africa. So that was really cool. I got to meet him. I got to really help him throw this conscious music festival that we threw in downtown Kansas City down here. So that was really, I'd been following him for a while. So to have him to have the synchronicities line up to where I was able to meet him, and he stayed with me in the manor that I was staying, where I lived at the time, and we got to talk a lot, and I got to help him with the Conscious Music Festival a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I was just mentioning that to let everybody know how I originally connected with you, how I found David Michael was through this, and let everybody know this source of information out there. If anybody's so inclined to learn more about intentional communities, that's ic.org out there. And well, here at Spirit Says Sing, we like to share the gifts of what's going out there. And I know I got a special musician here in the house with us. Ty, you got anything you'd like to share with us?
No. Yes.
All right. Well, Ty, thanks for coming by. It's been nice.
See you later. No, last week I showed up when everything was shut down. I was so late.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right as I was shutting everything down. Oh, I almost kept. Yeah.
So, what I'm a little curious, Ty, since we're on the theme of, the game of Unity, and you just got in on the very end of what D.Mike was saying. But, from your perspective, what would be your favorite suggestion to create more unity?
To create more unity? Oh, well, I think listening is important. It's imperative. Absolutely imperative. We tend to talk a lot. and I speak for myself. I love to talk. I'm a theater person. I'm an entertainer. So yeah, I like to talk. But listening is crucial. And I think we all have to learn more of how to really listen, not just to sit and tolerate someone talking, but to hear what they're saying. So I think that's key. That's the first thing I would think of.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
So go ahead, Francesca.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really love that, and that sense of slowing down, because for me, when I really want to listen, then I want to check in. I want to make sure, did I hear you accurately? Did I hear that even though you like to perform, and even though you like to sing and act, and that's your background, and you can enjoy the center stage, that when you really think about intimacy or connection, what is most important is that sense of really listening, sometimes even beneath people's words, to what.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And did I hear you accurately?
Yeah. It's about deep listening. It's about really hearing people rather than simply just hearing a sound come out of someone's mouth. We can all just talk until we're blue in the face and have great conversations, but really absorbing it and really being present. That's what it is. Being present in that moment to receive what the person is saying, and to be, and then we can be clear in return, and then that exchange is just so much more valuable, so much deeper.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it helps to embody and always stay mindful of. If there's one thing I like to share with people, if there's a message I feel is my purpose, is to help everyone realize how easy it is to embody their empathy, a gift that we all have that is natural with us. It's also been said in other cultures in different ways. The golden rule: do as to others as you would have them do unto you. That's all a matter of embodying our empathy, putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
Yeah.
And in communication, it's so important.
Yeah. And that's really what that is. I think if we had the wisdom as a community, as a world community, to simply start there would be no need for any other book, any other sentence, or anything. If you treat people the way you want to be treated, it's done. It's done.
Yes.
Unless you like being treated badly. I don't know.
But as long as it's consensual, I'm a clinical psychologist, so if people want to treat each other badly,
that's right.
Then it's good.
An agreement has been made there. That's what that is.
And I just want to kind of go back to D.Mike for a second, sweetheart. In terms of like what's juicy for you, like what feels juicy around that sense of your favorite practice every day for Unity, what is like the most alive for you right now?
Well, I think that first of all, I'm so happy to hear you say, whenever you said listening, that's the exact thing that I was going to say, the thing that we could do more to infuse more unity. And I just believe that communication is key, and it's the thing that is really that we're really good at. It's the thing that makes us so good at everything that we do. And so many times we're in this reactionary mode, especially with all the divisiveness that's going on right now. And that's why I always take it back to first, it always starts from what's going on inside, because you get to this place where you have that self-love and that self-acceptance that you don't have to be shoving out your opinion all the time. You can just allow that in, and you can sit there with yourself, and you can allow something else in. It doesn't threaten you in any way, because you have that self of sense about you. And so that's where I really believe that it starts. And then, yes, it's all about listening, because I think that that is what we get wrong whenever we're not listening, because we're not talking about the same thing. We're listening to little parts of what the other person is saying, and we're trying to think of hearing what we want to hear, and also sometimes just what triggers us, because that's what sticks in our mind a lot of times. Right. And then so we end up responding to something that they didn't even say. So then you've got two completely different conversations going on, and then there's no way that you can come to any kind of mutual beneficial agreement. So yes, I think that listening is a huge part of it, especially whenever you're talking about the things that I'm talking about, getting people from vastly different backgrounds together. And so to answer your question, Francesca, about like what's really alive for me right now, is I feel like the game of Unity is going to be expanding into some really, really interesting ways. And as I was saying, there have been just people that have been paying attention to the game and understanding the concepts behind it, and looking at the Unity principles and really seeing something there, and seeing that if we can abide by what I'm talking about, what we're talking about, we can very quickly create a new earth. We can very quickly create a new way of relating with one another. It's not this thing that's going to have to take lifetimes to do. And so when I was describing the purpose of the game of Unity before, I was telling you that, like, the original intent of it was like, hey, here's these little challenges. Let's go out in the world and do them. And these are going to be things that are going to give us the wherewithal to interact with society differently. These are going to be the tools, give us the tools to change from a mindset of fearfulness to one of acceptance and wanting to boost each other up. And so, little ways to interact with people that look differently, so that becomes more normalized and that becomes the norm. And I was thinking that would be really cool if it got so big that eventually people would be playing the game and they'd be out in nature, out in society, and they'd meet somebody else that was playing the game, and then that could be a whole nother set of points, and because it's all just arbitrary, whatever points you want to give yourself. Like you were saying, it's not really a competition, anything like that. It's just something to get us going and and to have fun and gamify, normalizing treating each other like people rather than enemies. And so
and that is such a fun habit, really kind of to get into. I was just talking with the young mystic there before the show, telling him about my time when I used to live in LA. And one of the things that frustrates a lot of us people in Southern California is the traffic. Oh my goodness, particularly the 405, sitting in a highway of 5-6 lanes of traffic stopped all the time. I always kind of felt was a perfect opportunity for me to shoot out some random love. I used to like to just look at the cars around me and I love you. I love you. And it's made it kind of a fun game. Now, granted, I was telling Mike that I did get some kind of funny looks from some of the other drivers on the highway there, but that's how we roll. We love it. It was a good time.
Absolutely.
But they took it in. They remembered it.
Yeah, I'm hoping it brightens their day a little.
Yeah, that every moment can be kind of a blessing or a curse. If we smile at someone, it's a blessing. If we frown at them, it's a curse. And I want to highlight one of the things you said, D.Mike, was that sense of, self-compassion, that if people aren't listening to themselves and they're not really bringing in a sense of releasing shame and deepening kindness to themselves, without that, there's going to be too much disruption internally. And then I think you also mentioned, D.Mike, that sense of filters. So we'll filter for threat. What did you say to me? What did you say to me? Versus if I'm actually arising from self-compassion and self-kindness, then I have some, resourcing that even if you're having a bad day, I don't have to take it all in internally as about me. I can, as Diego said, I can still give you that smile. I can still, hold you with compassion for you once I actually have that resource in me.
Yeah, I think that it takes us out of fight or flight. And then it frees up the bandwidth so that we can respond with the compassion that really is our true nature. I think that's what the whole idea about it is that we go into the world already on edge. We go into the world looking for something that's going to harm us and hurt us. Yeah. And so that's what we find. And so our nervous system is just completely shot so that we don't have the bandwidth to show up in the compassion. And we don't have the bandwidth to be able to see all the opportunities that are around us. And so I think that's what it all comes back to, having that it all comes back to self. It all comes back to what's going on in the inside. And whenever we're able to create that internal harmony to where we know, and that way we know that we're safe. We know that everybody else is here for us. We know that there's nothing that's going to hurt us. So then I can be looking out in the world and I can be looking for love. And so then I can be on that frequency, and then I can see, and then that's what I'm going to see is I'm going to see love instead of seeing this fear. And then whenever you're emanating that vibration of love, what do you think people see whenever they see you? And then so it's like they see that love, and then that gives them permission to radiate that right back to you. And then another onlooker is going to see this exchange, this beautiful exchange that two strangers had. I mean, you guys know what it's like whenever you look out and you see two strangers, or you see some kind of a benevolent action that happens between two people that didn't know. It warms your heart. It makes you feel good. And it's like it makes you want to go do that same thing. And that creates that energy. It's like we're giving all of this permission for everyone, and that's how it propagates. It's like, and that's because that's all you have to do is just do it yourself. You give permission to somebody else, and your interaction is going to give permission to another group of people, and then before you know it, I mean, it can really happen like that.
Amen.
D.Mike, could you tell us a little bit more about the game itself, and how do we get instructions on how to play it?
Sure. And the game of Unity, I mean, it's really, like I was saying, it's up for us to. So I'm glad you asked this, because there's a couple of things that I do want to touch on, and one is like how it is been originally intended right now is you can go to gameofunity.com and you can join, and you can click join the game, and enter your email address in there, and then that's what you'll receive the different challenges and the different things that I'm going to be submitting for you, and all of these things are geared towards changing how we look at strangers, how we interact with one another, and how we come together. So that's how you can join the game right now. And then I definitely want to talk about this new idea, new way of how we're going to be utilizing the game. My friend Allison, who's just an amazing person, came up with this idea when she was listening to the game and everything that I was talking about it. And she was like, would this make any sense to you? As I was talking about, this is like sending people, how I had it before is just sending people out into the world and doing these things. And she says, what if we actually make a board game? Like in real life on the ground, and we can have different squares, and on these different squares we can have different practices. If it's a mindfulness technique, if it's a way to interact with somebody who looks differently from you and see it through a different eyes, techniques to do that, different things like that. So we can actually intentionally bring people together to play the game, and we're going to get it. We're going to put this out everywhere. Everybody's going to know about it, and we're going to just we want to bring the whole city. And once we do it in Kansas City, we're going to do it in Compton. Once we do it in Compton, we're going to do it in Oakland. I want to do this everywhere. And we just really show a great example.
We want to help you however we can.
It's a gorgeous idea. Gorgeous idea.
What a nice connection. And this is such a rich, fruitful conversation we're having here tonight, guys. I'm really grateful to have everybody here present. We're going to take a little commercial break here, a little station identification. When we come back, I'd love to hear from you, Ty. You got a song ready for us?
I do have something ready.
Okay,
I do.
Let me play a couple promos and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, brother. And welcome back, and thanks for tuning in here to Spirit Says Sing on New Thought Media Network. Right there, we just got done watching a promo for CSL Denver, which is the spiritual institution that I co-produce their Sunday services. So if you're looking for a little spiritual nourishment tomorrow here on New Thought Media Network, you could pretty much click on anytime in the morning you're free, and you'll get a service from somewhere here out in the country, a little bit of spiritual nourishment. I got that in there, Ty. What do you got for us today?
Well, it's a song. I write and I put things out, and sometimes I forget what I've done. And this is a song. This is a song that's on my current CD, which is called Good Medicine. The song is called Yes, and it speaks for itself. There's a magic potion in here that I'll have to explain to you after the song is done. Okay.
Yes.
So here we go.
All right, brother.
Thank
you. Take it away.
And if you feel like dancing, this is the song. dancing already. Living in my day-to-day, knowing there's a way, but no magic word to say. Then I realize that it is done as I believe, that if I ask, I shall receive, and that there's just one lovely magic word that I will ever need. Yes, 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 it all begins with yes. Yes, 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 and God provides the rest by saying yes. I turn fear into faith. By saying yes, I turn doubt into trust. By saying yes, I turn dark into light. I turn meekness into might. I turn wrong into right. Oh! Now you just dance.
Yay! Yeah.
That's my guitarist name, Archie Choice.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Feeling the groove. We see you out there, D.Mike.
By saying yes, I turn fear into faith. By saying yes, I turn doubt into trust. By saying yes, I turn dark into light. I turn meekness into might. I turn wrong into right. Oh, living in my day-to-day, knowing there's a better way, but no magic word to say. Then I realize I turn fear into faith. I say yes. I turn doubt into trust. I say yes. I turn dark into light. I turn meekness into might. I turn wrong into right.
Yes.
It all begins with yes. 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 It all begins with yes. Yes. Yes, yes, it all begins with yes. Yes, yes, yes.
It all begins with yes.
Yes, yes, yes. It all begins with yes. Here's the magic word. Yes. The magic word is this. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Yes, yes. It all begins with yes. Again, yes, yes, yes. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed.
Hiya, Dusty Wee.
Hiya da seaweed.
I love
That's
it.
the magic word. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Yes, yes. It all begins with yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
We are
Yes.
getting down with Ty Stevens on Spirit Says Sing on a Saturday night. Oh, yes, Ty.
Woo.
Woo, I love it.
Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. It all begins with yes, yes, yes. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Here goes. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed. Magic word. Hiya da seaweed, hiya da seaweed.
Yes. All right. Now, D.Mike, is yes in the game of Unity?
Yes. Yes.
Boy, the crowd is going wild there. Thank you so much, Brother Ty.
I gotta fill you in on the magic. The magic in that secret word hayadasiwi is that you're saying hi, which is Japanese, ya, which is Russian, No, that's actually German. Da, which is Russian, and si, which is French, and we are French, Spanish or Italian, and we, which is French. So you're saying yes in 5 different languages.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what that is. I wish I could explain it better.
Thank you for that explanation. It means so much more to me now.
Well, when I do it live, it's so much fun because the audience doesn't know what on earth they're saying until I say it. You know, and I've done it around. I've done it in Russia. I've done it in Japan. I've done it in countries that I travel in. And so if they don't understand anything else, when I explain it, they're like, oh.
Now I get it.
It's all fun. It's great fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, thank you for sharing that with us, Ty.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a blessing.
Thank you for enjoying it.
Thank you
for saying yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
As well as you, Francesca. We're so blessed to have you here with us this evening.
Thank you so much. And how do we get your album? I want to know how do we get Ty's album?
Ooh, you can go to my site to get information, which is www.tystevensmusic.com, or you can go to iTunes, all the platforms, iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby. I know we're on Spotify. We ain't making no money, but we're on Spotify. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just had a little something in my throat there. But
I understand. I know where you're coming from, brother.
But yeah, it's all the major platforms.
Just look up Ty Stevens.
Yeah, make sure you spell it with a P and an H, because if you spell it with a V, you won't get me.
You won't get me.
My motto.
Thank you, Ty. We appreciate your time. All right, Francesca, what are you going to sing for us now? Did you like that, D.Mike? Did I do that pretty good?
That was nice. She will, so watch out.
Don't tempt me. I could.
Yeah.
Oh, you are always welcome. That's what this show is for. Yeah, I've been trying to get Pastor Michael to sing a song for us too.
Look at his face.
I sing solo.
Solo. So, D.Mike, tell us a little bit more about some of the things on the horizons for Game of Unity. You told me about these new developments just happening within the past 48 hours, 24 hours, just recently. So everything is really developing for you. What do you see on the horizon in the future?
Yeah. I mean, as the game continues to gain momentum and traction, I really feel like I would like to see different centers. So I have so many people that I want to reach. There's so many different demographics and regions that I want to reach. I think that we can just really expand. I mean, incorporating some of the new ideas that I'm talking about creating an actual game. I think that can be huge as far as having a physical presence and somewhere to actually reference as we're creating these centers and spreading these ideas. I want to continue to grow the game. I want people to continue to just share it with people so that we can all be playing. We can all be focused in the same way. I mean, I feel like it's going to be really key, and it's going to be really awesome whenever we just get so many. We hit a certain critical mass, and we've got just everybody thinking about how we can go inside and fix ourselves. And how we can work out our kinks and our shadows so that we can create this, so that we can have that overflow into a society that's continually also steadily working on themselves as well. And I think that's so I think that's crucial, and I think it's inevitable though. We're already on our way. We're already seeing so many so much evidence that this new life in this new world is being created. And I think that's the other thing that I want to say is that I feel like a lot of people feel disheartened. We feel disheartened about the way that the media, or the way that the world is being presented right now, and the things that we believe are happening right now. And I just want to add a little bit of encouragement. I think that's what the game is about as well, is that it's going to take little shifts, but we're also being aided. I mean, if we pay attention, we also see, we see the people that say, even amongst all the chaos, find the helpers. It's like, look at all of the people, look at all of the good that's been happening from all of this as well. And whenever and all the consciousness shift that's coming in behind it. So just think about that, aided with the fact that we're going to make these tiny little shifts towards consciousness, towards unity. I mean, really, it's inevitable that we're going to create this world. So it's just a little bit of encouragement. And I just also, another thing that I wanted to say is that it doesn't matter where you are right now. like whatever you're trying to create. I think that's one of the things that's always stopped me before I was building the game of Unity. Is I was like, you know what, I'm too old, or I thought that I don't know enough. I should have went to business school. You know, all of these different things that I thought were keeping me back. And I just want to say that the amazing shifts that have happened to me just in this last year, even in this time of just wildness and novelness and new things that are going on in our country and in the world. Even with that going on, I've been able to hit some huge milestones, even in this last year. And I think that a lot of that is based on just the work that we're doing and just the aid that we're receiving based on this download of consciousness that I really feel. I mean, we all feel it. We're all talking about it. It's ridiculous to act like it's not there anymore. You know, I mean, it's happening. It's there. All over. It's invading all of our conversations, and it's invading every aspect of our life. Yes. And so, you know, just really realizing that, and then so we're aided. Whatever we're wanting to create, doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter where you are right now. You can create whatever you want to, and you're being aided by some really special energy that's coming down right now.
You have the power, and it's right here. You see it. It's right all here. Of us. We are one.
Absolutely, we are.
D.Mike, yes. Thank you so much, and Ty Stevens, give us that magic word one more time.
Yes.
Yes.
Hayadasiwi.
Hayadasiwi is what I got to say about that. Yes. Oh, guys, yes. I'm seeing that we're getting close to the top of the hour. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I've had a great show. Francesca, thanks for coming in and showing D.Mike some love. Ty, it was so great to have you. And all the people out there watching, thanks for the comments. I've been noticing them as we go along here. Have we had any people saying anything for us there, Pastor Michael?
You see here, what do we have here? We had Wayne say some nice stuff here.
Oh, Wayne's always
like he always does.
Wayne is always on.
Always appreciating Wayne.
Yeah.
Do good for the greater. There you go. And hold it, we have one from Lori here. He says, "Thank you all so much. What a great show." Thank you, Lori. Thanks for being a part of us. Hey, we're here every Saturday evening at 6 Mountain, 8 Eastern. So
that's right.
Please join us again. You never know what's going to be on Spirit Says Sing. You really don't.
I can vouch for that.
Well, Ty, we're just about to get out of here. You want to sing us off a song?
Oh, my God.
If you don't have one set up, I got another one ready in the wings.
Well, I can do one, but go. Do your thing. Do your thing.
All right, brother. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us here, and we're back every Saturday. Spirit Says Sing, right here on New Thought Media Network at 6 Central. Or no, there's 6 Mountain. That would be 7 Central. D.Mike,
8 Eastern.
There you go. It's always now. Pay attention here to New Thought Media Network and just watch my posts. Just follow it. D.Mike, thanks a lot for being here again.
Thanks so much for having me, Diego.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks a lot.
New Thought Media Network is on the rise. We're looking to grow with you. Do you have technical media experience or perhaps a desire to learn? Are you willing to volunteer your precious time and attention? We share this message to benefit all. If you possess a computer with a camera and a microphone, we will share our knowledge with you. Behind the scenes or being the star, let us bless our one. Contact us at info@ntmedia.org.